Hello and welcome to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the Jack the Ripper DLC. I'm going to be doing this DLC just for today as a replacement game for Resident Evil 3 Original. Thank you, Keone, for the follow. How's things been? Hello there, Tech. How's it going, dude? I'll quickly go over what happened with Resident Evil 3 in a moment. Hey, Lynch Mob. How's it going? Alright, so the reason why I'm doing this today and not Resident Evil 3 is because with the playthrough I was doing of Resident Evil 3, I'm trying to showcase all the different choices and the outcomes, and there's actually some outcomes that will also happen later as a result of choices that you made earlier, and there was a choice that I didn't actually make, and it means I need to go over my VOD, and I also need to formulate using guides a plan of how to actually incorporate it into my playthrough as well. So that kind of stuff I need to be able to do it without, oh my god, I've got to get the stream started at a certain time today. So when that gets sorted, that'll be good. Even if I have to restart the playthrough off stream and then work out things like that. But yeah, that's the reason why I'm doing this, and the reason it took a long fucking time is because not only did I have to download the main game, which took over an hour, I had to download the DLC, which also took an hour, because the DLC for this Jack the Ripper, I didn't realize how big it was. It was like 20 gigabytes or something, and I'm like, fucking hell. But it's a short thing, so I'll get through it in one stream. But I won't be doing optional stuff, and most likely I'll probably rush through it. Hey there, Lucinda, good morning. Welcome. Started at the perfect time. You're eating your breakfast. Oh, very nice. Well, I hope you're enjoying your breakfast. I was just going over why I'm doing this Jack the Ripper DLC instead of Resident Evil 3. There's a choice where you can have Carlos appear at the gas station and then Nikolai later at the sales office. But there's also a choice early on at that same point where if you choose the other, then it'll be Carlos that you meet at the sales office later, and Nikolai that you'll meet at the gas station before that point. So that fucked me over. So that's why I've had to go back and reorganize and rework out and plot and plan and make notes on and formulate and all this bullshit to make sure I can incorporate it into the playthrough. So yeah, there are a few branches in the game like that. You might want to check for more than just those two. Exactly, yeah. I was naive because I thought, oh yeah, because I thought the only choice that changes something that happens later was the ending. I thought, oh yeah, if you choose this, you get that ending. If you choose that, you get this ending. But I didn't realize that there were also other things that change. Last you heard theory suggests that Jack the Ripper escaped to early USA and continued then under a new reputation's name. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if a serial killer who loves what they do doesn't get caught, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue it somewhere else as well. Speaking of Jack the Ripper, let's start the DLC. Hey there, Senny. Welcome on in, dude. I'm having a nice day otherwise, but had to sort some things out with the with the Resident Evil 3 playthrough. For Jack the Ripper, another DLC I haven't played in years. Yeah, I played it a couple of months ago. When I was doing my 100% playthrough of this game, which I don't have anymore because I had to delete the save for this playthrough of Jack the Ripper DLC. How's things going, Crooked? Hey there, Afro. Thanks for redeeming that, Lynch Mob.
For 20 years, after the assassins defeated the Templars in London, the city enjoyed a certain peace. Until the Autumn of Terror. In 1888, London is plunged into shadow and fear by a series of gruesome and unsolvable murders. The brothels of Whitechapel seem warm and safe by comparison to its streets, where prostitutes are being mutilated and left on grotesque display for the world to ogle. Jacob Fry hunts the elusive killer to bring an end to the terror of Jack the Ripper.
Get a move on, Mr. Finch. This is the story of a lifetime.
Mr. Weaversbrook, I know you have more of the Ripper's letters.
I told you to stay away from me.
Stop publishing his letters. You've turned an unknown miscreant into a legend, and that's exactly what he wants.
Jacob! Thank God I found you. It's the Ripper. He's done it again. Katie! Oh, he can't. No, he can't have. And Lizzie. Not both. Not in one night.
Nellie, remember what I said. Now go.
How many more assassins must die before you see the truth?
Only one more, Jack.
You should have believed, Jacob. Now, I will hunt you down.
But first... Now, Yellowfoot hurts. I suppose nothing hurts you. Only pain. After we return to Shadowzar, what will you do? I'll find my kingdom and the queen to sit beside me. What kingdom? The promise I was kingdomed. Now, the kingdom I was promised. What queen? Valeria. Valeria? Valeria. What is she like, this Valeria? Do you see this woman over there? Zula. Valeria is like her. She doesn't look like her, but she has the same spirit. The same, strength? Strength. And she's a warrior too. A great warrior. A great woman. Could there ever be anyone else but her? Another queen? Not on your knife. Not on your life. Excuse me. I must get up now. That's from Conan the Destroyer when he's drunk. After I didn't even know until a few years ago that you can delete your save game. It's so hidden in the settings. Yeah, it was ridiculous, Ubisoft deciding to do that. They did that with Splinter Cell Blacklist as well, where if you wanted to do a mission that happens halfway through the story, again, you need to delete your save because it won't play automatically otherwise, and you can't replay it. Hey there, Senny. You're doing well, thanks. Just lurking while working. Hope it isn't too difficult to sort that out with Resident Evil 3. But any reason to play more AC is a good reason, isn't it? I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, dude. That's excellent. Thank you for leaving the lurk too as well. Yeah, pardon me. Yeah, it's more just having to make sure because I need to look at my VOD and I need to look at a guide, and then I need to formulate based off of those two things what I'm going to do in what order to make sure that I don't miss anything again. Take you wonder if JTR was a chauvinist in social life or just purely an outburst. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way, given that it was mainly just women that he killed, you know. Yeah, no, bro, it's just the wind indeed. Welcome on in.
Stop!
Not the day, Nemi. The day is the day. of Jack the Ripper. Hey there, Dr. Darling. Thanks for redeeming those. How's it going? Lucinda, funny to hear you doing your Arnie impression while you're reading your daily newsletter from his pump club. Oh, really? Nice. You don't pay attention to the bodybuilding stuff, but they go into many different health-related topics. Oh, that's totally fair too, as well. It's good that there's some other stuff there that can be discovered. Hey there, Shaky. How's it going? Now, bro, it sucks that the pre-RPG games don't have New Game Plus. Yeah, would have been a nice touch if they had that.
I know you're there, Jack. The Master of Terror's afraid to show himself, is he?
I am your shadow, Jacob. I will gut every last one of them if that's the quickest way to you.
Come on, you monster! Let's be done with this!
Run all you like, Jacob. I will catch you. I need only follow your scent, the scent of a wounded animal. There is nowhere you can hide from me.
Stop! You want me, Jack? Come and kill me! This is not our way.
This is my creed. You cannot escape me. Scurry back to your hole, little mouse. Going somewhere, Jacob?
Jack, you're sick.
Don't you see the irony, brother?
Jack.
Only you know who the Ripper is, but you can't tell a living soul because it would destroy you and the assassins. No, 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 no!
Jack, we can fix you.
Fix me? I am the solution.
Miss Fry?
Inspector Aberline. Why exactly have you had me escorted here?
My men and I have been hunting the Ripper around the clock for months now, and we've nothing to show for it. There's nothing I can tell the public.
What's the Ripper to do with me? My brother has had me summoned here from India. Can't this wait?
As far as I know, you may be the last assassin in London.
What do you mean? Where's Jacob?
I wish I knew. Your brother is nowhere to be found, even as an elusive shadow is committing the most hideous crimes this city has ever seen.
And you believe this is no coincidence?
The killer is selective and dispassionate and has left not a single trace of his passage. I've seen such a talent for assassination and avoiding detection only once before, when I worked with the two of you. And that is why your brother summoned you before he disappeared.
You think Jacob is dead?
I dare not believe it. But if he is, you may be the only person who can stop the Ripper now. Follow me.
But first. That's true, Afro. Yeah, memory replay was cool. It's a shame that you couldn't replay quests. In Origins, you can't do manual save, so in Odyssey and Valhalla, you would have to actually save at the start of every single quest and have like 20 save files for each quest if you wanted to redo them again. Crooked, that's what you'd call an overkill. You sure? I think that was like a very subtle way of killing. Hey there, Coffee, welcome. That cop was pretty resilient in this, oh yeah. Crooked, meanwhile, Odyssey, hold my beer. Oh yeah, Odyssey had to be the exception. Nah, bro, you felt dirty playing as Jack. That's definitely fair enough. Yeah, putting yourself in the shoes of a killer. Well, Tech, I would recommend watching the Lord of the Rings first. Because the thing about it is, you don't have to have seen The Hobbit or know anything about it to actually understand Lord of the Rings. Like, there's things that, if you watch The Hobbit first, you might go into Lord of the Rings being able to recognize certain references and stuff. But, I'd personally go with the originals first. Afro, too bad, Jacob, that you weren't being controlled by that player. Exactly, we could have just got out of that. Crooked Ubisoft Quebec, whosoever controls Jack the Ripper controls the world. Oh yeah, I'm sure that when Shadows eventually releases this century, they'll also have something like that in that game too. Oh, that's okay, Tech. Yeah, I mean, I am biased because I absolutely love the Lord of the Rings movies and I saw them when they came out, and I love the extended versions and all that kind of stuff. But purely from a standpoint of, do you need to see the Hobbit prequel movies first? You definitely don't have to. Now, bro, this story kind of makes Jacob look stupid. You freed him from an asylum and thought, let's give this crazy person the training and tools to be even more dangerous. Yeah, I mean, it all happened when he was younger as well. Before they went to India and stuff. But it's a little bit weird because they try and make it that Starrick was still alive at the time when Jack the Ripper's mother got killed, but that can't happen. That doesn't make chronological sense. Tech, should you watch the extended versions first go? Well, you do get a more rounded experience with a lot of stuff. Primarily, a lot of the stuff that was extended was things that they adapted from the book, but they couldn't fit into the theatrical release, so they cut it out. And then they did the extended versions where you watch the movie from start to finish, and it'll automatically go into the new stuff as you go through. But it does add more time on top. I think Return of the King is almost 4 hours with the extended version, whereas I think the other ones are like 3.5 hours. But it's been a long time since I saw the run time, so I don't really know. After all, Jacob was never the smartest. No. Some of that's due to the people who wrote the story, though. Because there's other things that they do, like especially in this, because Jacob in this is very, very serious, but also very sort of like, you know, on the ball. Well, not 100% on the ball, but you know what I mean. He's not running around, you know, being a jackass. Wicked, regarding Hobbit movies, you're kind of buggered that they did not finish Hobbit Lego Game Trilogy. That was very weird what happened with that as well. Like, that was stupid. Why even do the first one at all, you know, if you're not going to finish it off?
When are you gonna stop that monster?
I'll take you to the site where the Ripper first struck.
Its hands!
The journalists always seem to get the word first. We get there, they've trampled the evidence, and next day's headlines are dripping with blood. The few hundred yards between Flower and Dean Street have become so dangerous that even my best constables are afraid to patrol Whitechapel at night. Let's take a carriage, shall we? I'd rather not get egg on my face again today.
I'll drive. What has become of this borough?
Whitechapel is a cesspool of crime, Miss Fry, where terror reigns supreme. Elsewhere, the rich get richer, but here, the poor are living on the living, fighting to survive each day. Reporters share a view of Whitechapel as a lair of savages, monsters, and werewolves who hold honest citizens in a state of terror.
The Ripper's terror.
Come on!
Easy, easy.
We are not far from where Mary Ann Nichols was murdered. I knew her as Polly. That's what her friends called her. But the woman who died here is not the woman I met a few times at the Frying Pan pub.
Then who was she?
I was hoping you could tell me. Go see for yourself.
This is where the Ripper committed his first murder. Was Miss Nichols' body identified?
Her husband hadn't seen her in 11 years. He barely glanced at the poor, mutilated woman before he had the gall to forgive her for what she'd done to him. The press reported widely that Miss Nichols' finger bore the mark of a ring. It was forcibly removed, and the same is true for his other victims.
Hey there, AC. How's it going? Now, bro, you hate that this game makes everything Jacob's fault, like Evie can't make mistakes. Yeah, at the very least make it balanced, so both make different mistakes that they have to learn from. AC, doing good. Finally got your armor and Conan. Your character now walks around in what is effectively a gold bikini while living that murder hobo lifestyle. Nice one, AC. Well, that's good. Sounds like you're enjoying the game.
What did you discover?
Give me a moment. I found Miss Nichols' ring. An assassin's ring. She must have tossed it away during the struggle. A desperate act to protect the Brotherhood. You think they were targeted?
Yes. And the newspapers are accusing the police, me, of letting the first city of the world lapse into primeval savagery. I must take my leave, Miss Fry. I have other business in Whitechapel.
Good day, Inspector. Thank you for your discretion. I'll need to tackle Jack's influence over the gangs in London.
All I'm doing for this playthrough, this is just the story. A few months back for my annual playthrough, I did a 100% run the Syndicate and got everything done in this. Yeah, Crooked, exactly. Because, you know, even Altair had an assassin's ring. It's a long-standing tradition. It's the Templars who had something different. They're the ones, aren't they, that had a removal of the ring finger, and then later they had a branding of the ring finger. It wasn't the assassins who had that. After well, it makes sense rather than branding. In that respect, yeah. That would be the only way I would see that they could explain it. Crooked, still remember when Charles Lee received the ring and Hatham said, "You are an assassin?" Oh, me too. That was the best moment in the series, actually, when that happened.
I'm gonna put you in your place.
Inspector? The inquest mentions that Miss Nichols made quite a spectacle of her drunkenness on the night of her murder. Do you think Jacob may have put her up to it?
Bait, you mean? I don't know what to think anymore, Miss Fry. Jacob kept lodgings nearby, right in the heart of this cesspool. Be careful.
I will not fail you.
Afro, branding in the 19th century, a bit grisly, you'll say? That is true. Maybe there was like a comic book that was written where there was one throwaway line where they said, yeah, we have assassin rings now. What you don't get is, why are there so few assassins in London? It's a good question. I don't really know the answer to that one. Hey Schiller, welcome dude. It's going pretty good. Change of plans, as you can see. This isn't Resident Evil 3 original. But I'll get things sorted for the other game. There was a choice that I could make earlier in the game that had one outcome which happens later in the game, and I missed it. So I have to reconstruct and reconfigure the playthrough now. How's things going with you? Yeah, Sheila, so annoying when that stuff happens. And it happens fairly later in the game too. It's not like right at the end, but it does happen. I just mistakenly assumed that the only choice that has an effect on the ending was the one at the end of the game, but this other choice changes who you meet at a certain location versus not. After like in 20 years you'll say they could have rebuilt the Brotherhood. Most likely. Easy peasy. Sheila, but I'm sure you'll be able to fix it. That's true. It'll just take a while. But yeah. Glad to hear you're going good, Sheila. That's excellent, dude.
A letter?
Grand work
For
us,
me.
Jokers. I'll give the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and I start again. You'll soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle from the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue, and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope.
The newspapers printed this letter 3 days before Miss Stride and Miss Eddowes were murdered. It was signed, Jack the Ripper. Weapons of intimidation. much like those we learnt to use with our Indian brothers.
It'd be cool if in Assassin's Creed Hexa they introduced something like this, being able to frighten enemies. That's if the game gets released. Crooked, they're all in Crawley, clearly. But for real, after Jacob and Evie left Crawley for London and took over the entire city...
Come, brother. So give me a sign.
I guess the advice of the council, one would expect for them to get involved at some point. Yeah, you'd think that they'd be... Right. Thanks, Jacob and Evie. We know you went against our wishes, but that's all good. The ends justifies the means. Thank you for doing that.
More signs? What am I not seeing?
And so we'll increase our presence in London. But they were like, nah, London's too big, isn't it? Shirley, you're waiting all game long for George to come to London to ask Evie and Jacob what they were doing in London. Yeah, that would have been interesting, sort of like confrontation.
So much blood. I hope it's not yours, brother. The last time Henry, my brother, and I were together was in India. 15 years ago. When the photograph was taken, we stood facing a temple of Kali. And that's one of the boys Jacob brought to train with the Brotherhood. What did we call him? Jack the Lad. Reckless and roguish. Much like my brother.
Crooked, London is a very big town. The Templar Order in the underground. The Assassin Council probably. They're like, we just don't have...
What am I not seeing?
We just don't have the motivation these days. It's the 1800s now.
I've got it, Jacob. Kali the Destroyer. I gave this to you on your last visit to India.
There's a woman who can help. Unfortunately, she'll remind you of our childhood neighbor. If the Ripper
Unfortunately? What is Jacob trying to say? We loved old Nellie. Could he be referring to an unfortunate woman? Nellie may be in the brothel nearest Jacob's lodgings. I'll start there.
Right. Look sharp, lads.
This bomb will strike fear in their hearts.
She was in. Let's go. She now. What do you want?
Let's hope this Nellie has news of you, and can lead me to the Ripper. If Jacob's former pupil is the Ripper, then he is our Ripper. I must catch him.
After you're waiting for George to come to London so he can steal his outfit? Yeah, as Crooked said, there was a mod for that, and I do believe that that was Jacob's original outfit too, back when it was just him as the main playable character.
That is quite the welcoming committee.
I'm in trouble now.
Shield flag. Wait for it.
these women must know Nellie.
That right? The Prime Minister himself? Must be very important, son.
Indeed, my dear.
Where is Nellie?
Who's asking? I don't know you.
Come closer.
And I don't know Nellie.
Naughty boy.
We have 5 minutes.
Can't we have 5 minutes? Now, but we've got to wonder what happens for Jacob to lose control of the rooks. I think they explain it somewhere. I can't remember the details on it, though. But I think it's to do with Jack the Ripper himself. He poisoned them against Jacob. Crooked, that's true. In early league footage, it was only Jacob and he wore that outfit. Who knows? Maybe George was the protagonist initially. Could have been too as well. Yeah. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that went down when this game was being done. As a result of Unity not having a playable female character. I mean, it didn't help that Ubisoft kind of shot themselves in the foot by saying that they didn't have the ability or power, or not power, they didn't have the resources to do 2 characters or something. Like, that didn't help them.
Have you seen Nellie today?
Oh, what do you want with Nellie? Who are you? If you're a friend, then you may already be too late.
Where is she?
On her way to see Lady O. In the company of the brutes paid to keep us in line. Hurry if you want to catch her.
Come nicely, Nellie. Lady O's expected you.
I don't want to. Let me go.
I need to find Nellie before something bad happens to her. Where did they go? Nellie is in grave danger. There's the carriage. Nellie must be inside the building. Nellie is in there somewhere. No doubt closely guarded and in mortal danger.
In front of all the ladies and gents.
Shh, don't be afraid.
Jacob's sister. We can't talk here, please. He'll kill me. She'll see to it.
Who?
Lady Owers. Jacob said you must kill her to find him.
Smile and be polite, or I'll tell the Ripper where you sleep, my beauties. Bim Fry. Take Nellie and see to it that woman does not follow us.
Where did she go? That's it. That must be the carriage I'm after. Lady Oas. Whoa! Nellie, I'm so sorry.
She used me as a decoy and fled to Owa's manor.
Hoping I'd cause your death, no doubt.
She knew you'd come, Miss Fry. Lady O is the Ripper's eyes and ears in London.
Kill her and Jack will be forced to show himself. Hey! I'll look in on you soon, Nellie, I promise. Lady Oas will be expecting me, and I would not want to disappoint her.
Lady O has a sister called Lady P, and with their powers combined, they are Lady OP. Afra very well shoots her right then and there. It's just like, done, simple, finished.
Jack's terror over the prostitutes in London has to end.
This is almost a speed run. Not seriously and not officially, but... That's all good, Lucinda. No trouble at all. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you. I definitely will have a great rest of the stream. This speed run of Jack the Ripper. Gonna rip through this really quickly. Thank you for being here, Lucinda, and I hope that work goes well for you today. Would like to highly recommend people check out Lucinda's channel. She's doing a playthrough of Silent Hill 2 Remake, is doing a first run of that, and is also going to be playing for the first time Hellblade 2 as well. And also a big fan of other horror genres, franchises like The Evil Within and Resident Evil as well. So definitely recommend. And that's all good for the shout out, Lucinda. No worries at all. You have a great day. Definitely catch you again soon. Hello there, Placenta. Welcome. How's things? Yeah, Placenta, this is a one-off because the Resident Evil 3 playthrough I'm doing, I'm trying to show all the differences that can happen in like the story and stuff, and I actually missed a whole chunk, so I have to sort of like rework it and figure out how to approach it to incorporate it into the playthrough and make sure that I'm not fucking myself up, so decided to do this instead while I have more, to give me more time to work out the other thing.
Go away! There's nothing to fear. What in the hell? Settle down, you're fine. You're fine.
The good thing about this is you don't have to go to that vantage point straight away. You can go and do the frightening of 10 enemies. And also you can go around and get the collectibles that are in this location if you want, before you even start. Even though technically this is the start.
1, 2. Oh no. Bury her in the garden, he says. Like a dog would bury a bone. It ain't right, I tell ya. What if I'm next?
We're expecting Miss Fry. Alert the men and be discreet about it. We're still running a business here.
Come, drain my wine with honeyed lips, and I shall tell you a tale of unrequited love from the Orient.
You, get back to our guests. If Miss Fry doesn't slit our throats, the Ripper surely will.
Take silly Windows update, had to replug in your DAC AMP for them to recognize them again. Oh, wonderful. Don't you love when that stuff happens? After looking at places like these just pisses you that much more that games like Unity and Syndicate were confined to such small maps, even though it's their strong point. You just wish you could have explored more places. Yeah, it's that tricky balance, because Ubisoft like to overcorrect, and then they like to undercorrect. They never seem to sort of like try and find a good balance. You're like, people are like, this game is too big. Okay, we'll make it too small. But this game's too small. Okay, we'll make it really big again. It's like,
Do we know what this Fry lady looks like?
Just kill any woman lurking around the manor with a weapon. If she turns out to be one...
sensation there!
You'll be singing a different tune once I'm through with you.
Some woman sneaked in!
Oh no.
See that woman there? She's not allowed! She's...
To live,
I say, that's a bit rough, even for me. I don't think I know you, my dear.
Call me Atropos.
There's a trespasser there!
Ah, the oldest of the three fates.
Let's do this
How
the
intriguing. And where are you taking me?
Someplace.
She's an intruder!
That hurts, my dear. A little tighter.
Looking forward to a better She's dropping a guard!
I'll rip your tongue out.
Miss Fry, how did you get past my men?
That trip.
I should thank you, Miss Fry. I fear death at the Ripper's hands far more than at yours.
What have you done with these men?
The Ripper is entertaining them presently. Mr. Weaversbrook will be joining them soon.
Let us hope Jack has not found you yet, Mr. Weaversbrook.
From Kali with love. Amateur, Tech, you'd like to see more games go live service, for lack of a better term, where it's a full game, but over its lifespan it receives regular updates like Fortnite, Asata Corsa, Helldivers Squad, etc. Yeah, I think Ubisoft, though, they don't want to necessarily bank on long-term profits. They want the quick buck. They want the quick things. So, you know, their version of live service would be every week new content drops for 10 years. Where it's like, you know, do something really special every 6 months. Yeah, Afro and Narborough, that trip was fucking special. That's so funny. I thought I'd try that instead of just, you know, straight up assassinating.
There you go.
There you go.
Don't be so stingy, mate. You're taking the piss. It's your third fag this week. Hey, you! Huh? Stop it! Bugger! Go tell Lady O.
You tell her. I need this job.
Is the visual representation of what it feels like to be indecisive. After you think Valhalla's lockdown success really got to Ubisoft's head? Yeah, that's true. You know, like, they over-course correct for stuff instead of just being a bit more, like, you know, balanced about it. Sheila, every AC game should have post-release content for 10 years and they should release a new AC game every year. That's the quadruple A way. It really is, Sheila, you know, and they may as well just change their name from Ubisoft to Assassin's Creed and just only sell that. Tech, if someone takes their IPs, you wouldn't be upset. They could keep the writers. Yeah. Lady Oa's Gauntlet. Yeah, Caleb. How's it going, Caleb? Welcome. Hey there, Extreme. Welcome on in. It's going, Caleb? Well, hopefully it can go into a really good direction for you. Tech, in a lot of ways, Ubisoft is becoming the new EA. Yeah. The over-reliance on microtransactions. Trying to rush stuff out. And then having too many projects on the boil at once. It's just, you know, get all your people to work on one game, finish that game, then move to the next game. Stagger your release dates, even if it takes 3 years between games. That's the other problem too. People are so used to them pumping out content for games and games in a series so often that if they were to say, right, an Assassin's Creed game now every 3 years, a Far Cry game now every 4 years, a Splinter Cell game now every 5 years, they'd be like, people would be like, fuck that. I think they could get away with it more easily in the early days of Assassin's Creed by having yearly releases. But as games got bigger and the potential to make them bigger happened, they really, you know, should have stopped. I mean, here and there they've taken 2 years between releases, but that's an exception rather than the rule. Nah, bro, franchise kind of lost the magic when they started pumping out a new game every year. Yeah, it definitely can. You know, like, even too much of a great thing can actually have negative effects. It's like if someone constantly gets, you know, what they want every day of their life, then there's one day where they don't. It's sort of like, how dare I not get the thing that I've gotten every other day? Extreme, you think it's going worse, but we'll see. Well, hopefully Extreme can go better for you.
You'll regret it if I come over there!
Afro, maybe they should give away IPs to spin-off games, really. It's not like Assassin's Creed has had a cohesive story since the Ezio trilogy. Yeah, there's varying degrees of story. Afro, it's not like Assassin's Creed has had... Oh, I already read that. Whoops. Take, you've never been a fan of DLC. If games are $80 but you get everything, you'd be okay with that. You're not buying it still, well. However, you'd like to get complete games instead of trying to figure out which package of gold, deluxe, etc. comes with everything. Exactly. You know, what comes with those different versions should be of great value. Not just something that seems like you're better off just waiting for a sale to happen, and then you'll get it anyway. For much cheaper. Hey there, Brutus. How's things going? Exactly, Extreme. That's all you can do sometimes, is just hope, you know.
Miss Fry, please tell me you found the Ripper.
Murder at Oa's Manor.
People continue to be murdered on my watch. I cannot protect you or your Brotherhood forever. Witnesses saw someone matching your description. I should lock you up.
Weaversbrook Publishing. The man from the photograph at the manor, he owns his paper.
Fry!
I will catch the Ripper, Inspector. But first, you must help me find Weaversbrook before he does.
This way. He must not be seen. I believe Mr. Weaversbrook has a residence near St. Paul's. Now go.
Better keep an eye on it.
Mr. Weaversbrook is my best lead. And thanks to the Inspector, the police aren't hunting for me yet. I must be careful not to anger or harm any policeman, if I want to keep them on my side.
Brutus, well, it's Monday. That's totally fair to be experiencing Monday-itis if you are. Damn Mondays. The other thing too I think they should do with all their games is have the game story actually end in the base game. Don't have the story end in content that comes 3 years too late when it should have been in the story at the base game. Like with Valhalla, that Eivor's final chapter came out 2 years after the game had been out. And it was supposed to wrap things up for his or her story. It's like, do that in the base game. Afro, pumping out yearly games is what really made AC special, actually. You always felt involved in the story in the universe. It was much like watching a weekly show. The IP was always in conversation. It's just after killing Desmond, they lost all sense of direction. Yeah. And I think it's also, too, because games started getting bigger and bigger, and Ubisoft, instead of trying to match that by not doing a game every year, they tried to keep doing it. Tomb Raider did it too back in the day. From 1996 to 2000, there was a game in the series every year. But it hasn't been like that since then. think for Assassin's Creed, they would have been better off keeping the Chronicles title and use that to make their spin-off games with. Smaller scale, smaller teams, doesn't take as long potentially to do, but still creating experiences that fans, if they're interested in the game that they see, can play it until they're being tied over until the next big title comes out, you know. Must have been the wind, Caleb. That damn wind. It's not Jack the Ripper, it's the wind. Jack the Ripper's been framed. The wind is crafty. From speaking of Final Chapter, it didn't even wrap Eivor's story that well. Eivor just has a few random conversations with people, goes to Vinland and dies. Yeah, how anticlimactic, right? Like, that's just ridiculous. At the very least, that's what they could have made the third DLC actually be about, instead of Yawn of Ragnarok.
Intruder! I'll do whatever he asks. Please don't hurt my boy. I'm sorry. Whatever I did to deserve... What do you want?
I'm hunting Jack the Ripper.
No! Stay away! He sees and hears everything!
My name is Evie Fry. I'm here to help...
Mr. Jacob Fry's sister?
Yes. What happened to these men?
Gone. Taken. Dead. Please. The Ripper has my son. He will kill him.
I will find your son and bring him home, sir. But first you must come with me. Now.
I'll accompany you to the location where my son was last seen.
What can you tell me about the letters?
I showed the one signed Jack the Ripper to the police. Of the hundreds they had examined, this one rang the most true, and so we printed it. The Yard was desperate. Still is.
They hoped someone would identify the handwriting.
No one did. Then I received this.
You thought yourself very clever, I reckon, when you informed the police. I see your little game, and I mean to finish you and send your ears to your wife if you help them. If you do, I will finish you. Yours truly, Jack the Ripper.
I published 2 more until Mr. Fry and my son convinced me to stop, in spite of the risk. My boy was a brilliant journalist, and now he is lost to me.
Did you learn anything from the letters that might help us?
I know only that they are real, and that the demon has got my boy.
Fear is a powerful weapon. It makes us irrational and tears us apart. Jack crafted those letters to do just that. We can't let him win.
You sound as if you know this monster.
Well enough to kill him. In more ways than one, we have both helped to create a monster.
Hey there, Godfather Al. Top of the evening to you, Twin Assassin of the Year. Thank you, Godfather Al. Thank you, Godfather Al. Plot twist, I have a twin. That's right, Rod, you have a twin. I know, right? Now, bro, it would be interesting if they removed Jack's mask at the end. Yeah. I mean, the game doesn't really, well, the DLC, I should say, doesn't really do a great job at hiding who the identity of Jack the Ripper is. But still, to actually see his face would have been cool.
Come on! Come on! Jack! Move it!
Just up ahead, on those docks.
Wait here, Mr. Weaversbrook. I will be back with good news before you know it.
The Weaversbrook lad is on board.
Good. Mr. Jack will be pleased. Who's next?
Some tourist. Orders are to send lads to the pickup if anything goes sour. Orders are to send lads to the pickup if anything goes sour down here.
Billy's watching the docks. He'll warn them.
I should scare some more information on Jack's lieutenants. If I can find one.
Here we go!
Let's run then! This is your last! All enjoy carving you! Let's see how long your innards are! I'm gonna know the team! Just try to stop me!
I need to pay an urgent visit to these Hulk prison ships. Right after I find Mr. Weaversbrook's son.
She's an intruder! Watch out!
Take your own shit elsewhere.
Back and closing up! You're dead, man! Everything you've ever wanted! Over there, I'll bleed you dry! Stop up!
Many thanks, Miss...
Fry, your father sent me.
And he will reward you handsomely for your bravery.
It's you who should be commended. Did you discover anything that could help me stop the Ripper?
My kidnappers call him Mr. Jack. I overheard them mention the Deptford Hulks, where I was to join other hostages.
Thank you. Be safe, Mr. Weaversbrook.
was getting bored. Why don't I come over and teach you a lesson? Enjoy carving you.
That's right, yeah. So there's 10 memories.
What's she doing?
These old Navy ships were hulked out to hold prisoners until they were assigned a convict ship leaving for the colonies. So this is where Jack keeps his quarry. Let's see if Jack is paying a visit to his captives.
She's an intruder! Ready to blow her right down!
Jacob? Is that you?
Help me. Miss, please, why am I here? No one will tell me.
It's Jack! Jack the Ripper, I say! He's the one who abducted us!
He starves and tortures us until we write to our families, begging them to do as he dictates, or we'll be slaughtered.
Is he here? Have you seen the Ripper recently?
Not for weeks. But he'll come back. And bring more poor sods to dance on the Warders called for him.
Jack has locked them up like animals. They'll all die of cholera. If the Chief Warder doesn't hang them first.
I beg you, don't leave us to perish. The Chief Warder is a vile, sadistic man. No one spoke to me for weeks. Then the Warder's assistant came to ask me how much I weigh.
I need to get into the main prison and find the Chief Warder before he hangs another man for Jack's entertainment.
Jesus! You're nothing compared to me! Make your star walk away! Some woman sneaking! You'll be singing a different tune once I'm through with you. I'll cut your tongue out!
Go and dredge your Thames, you lazy bastards. The Chief Warder wants privacy.
Don't lose heart, gentlemen. We can break out of here if we work together.
Well, it's no use. We need explosives to blast through those doors.
You gotta get the weight just right. Drop them gentle. Let them do the work. That way you can stretch their gullets a good 4 or 5 inches before they croak. Before they croak. Stretch is good, but it doesn't count, does it? He's dead. Look at you. Could eat 2 shoes, is it? You think offering some old hangman's going to change what we do here?
What
do you think? This was your brother's vision? His inspiration?
I don't believe you.
He told Mr. Jack how to rip the filth from this rotten city, but you don't have the balls to see what's right and necessary.
Where's Jack? Where's the Ripper? To hell with your right and necessary. That vile sadist was working for the Ripper. But there's no sign of Jack here. Oh, Jacob, you did not intend to breed this monster. But he is ours to destroy. The legacy of our brotherhood depends on it. I must inform Abeline about what I have discovered here.
She loved throwing knives, the most OP weapon in this game. It well and truly is. And it's cool in this game that you can do a headshot on the main target and it automatically kills them. Whereas in Unity it only stuns them, and then you have to get in with the hidden blade. Which I don't mind, but it is cool to have a game where you can just do a headshot and the boss is like, ugh, and then dead, and then cutscene, and then boom. Yeah, nah, bro. I actually did a throwing knives challenge with this game once, which was actually quite fun. The only thing I had trouble with was the last memory of the main story, where you have Jacob and Evie at the party, or the ball, whatever you want to call it. And all the shops that were around were out of bounds, so I couldn't access any of them. So I had to rely on the RNG of looting knives back and stuff. But overall, it was definitely a fun challenge to do.
I need to speak to Frederick Aberline. This is an emergency. Well, where is he? The Ripper has struck again. Where? All right. Thank you, officer. Wait! You need to alert the local constable. Send as many men as you can to the old Hulk prisons.
No, I really hate the confirm kill mechanic in the newer games. Yeah, it can be very annoying, especially when you're trying to do it and the enemy interrupts it. Hey there, Senny, welcome back. Imagine Evie on the phone, all of a sudden, someone on the other end yells, "What's up?" Assassins scream, Jack the Ripper.
Jacob's snivelling twin sister thinks she can catch the Ripper, eh?
Hey? Tech victory screech. Yeah. Screech!
What the hell is this place? This prison was shut down.
That's my cue.
Stay out of trouble, mate. Where did Jack the Ripper go?
I'd almost forgotten these. There will be time for more games of Saucy Jack once I've dealt with Miss Fry.
Once I've dealt with Miss Fry. Miss Fry, eggs and bacon. I'm Jack the Ripper. I'll rip 'em a new asshole. Crooked Jack the Ripper impression reward incoming. He's not a coward. Suspect's on the climb.
There's my favourite hangman. Looking somewhat worse for wear. Poor Warder Billingworth. You should have let the warder hang you. It would have hurt less. Run, you
Nubber redeems Rip New Asshole. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be redeeming that. Makes me think of what Belek says to Arno. The next time you circumvent the bloody council, I'll rip you a new asshole. Or something to that effect.
How would you like me to serve? Would you like...
Crooked. I'm a good guy. Good at smashing, ripping, and the old arm amputation. Or something like that from the Unity Guards. Yeah, it's so funny what they say.
The warder had orders to burn all their personal effects. The police must not find this evidence. No one must find my guest's personal effects.
It's so fun playing this fast and loose, because a few months back I played it as part of the annual playthrough for Syndicate, where I did 100% for all the content. Nah, bro, that was amazing. It was so amazing. That was so funny. First, climbing the window, shot, bang, fall out. Next shot, bang, fall out. Next shot, bang, fall out.
It won't be long before my masterpiece will bring her running right into my arms. I look forward to the family reunion.
He looks forward to the family reunion, where he will speak to apes that are more polite than pirates. There we go. That's what it was. I was trying to remember off the top of my head. That's what I was referencing. Then instead of Evie, they could have called main protagonist Syndicate, and it would have been glorious. Assassin's Creed, Syndicate. Nice. Assassin's Creed, Uni-T.
You carry.
Assassin's Creed, Ori, Gens.
Soon as I get over there.
Some sort of commotion.
You damn monster!
Oi! You're not allowed in here! Evie! Get a hold of yourself! Go! Out!
Who is she? Tell me quickly!
Tell you? By what right? I am an officer of the law. I am not a member of your secret organization!
Listen to me! Jacob knows.
No, you listen to me. I cannot cover for you much longer. All the evidence points to your brother, your order, you. You need to deliver the Ripper's head on a spike soon, or I'm afraid there'll be nothing to stop my men from arresting you in his stead.
You'll have his head, even if it costs me mine.
A young unfortunate. By far the youngest, at 25. Miss Kelly was found dead here at 10:45 this morning. Her throat had been cut, and her whole head and body mutilated in a fashion which defines the word hideous.
Hey there, Dumbledore. Good morning to you. How's things?
He removed her organs, her heart, her dignity. You want me to see you as she did? Imagine the terror she felt. Do you hurt women just to prove you're a man, Jack? That is a lot of blood. I can't make sense of these markings from this position. What's this? Jack must have left these markings for me.
My gift to you, Miss Fry. And more to come, unless you do as Jack says. Follow the trail of blood through the looking glass.
Jack wants me to return to the scene of his first crimes. I will do as you say, Jack. Until I find you and send you to your own special hell.
What did you discover?
A message for me. The monster is going to lead me right to him, Inspector. I must return to the locations of the Ripper's first crimes.
Don't let your fury blind you, Miss Fry. I would not lose you, too.
If I do die, Inspector, I will take the Ripper with me. Annie Chapman was murdered near a cemetery in Whitechapel.
I will take the Ripper with me. Evie's got some great quotes in this DLC. Stan, a message for Evie. What is this, an alternate universe?
Why don't I come and...
I didn't say I was going to. I was thinking about it.
No further. Please make sure to come again.
You think these streets belong to you? Get over here!
Hey there, Peerwin. How's your day going?
She shouldn't be here.
Let's see how long you're in its arm. I'll choke the life out of you. Someone get her from here. I'll gut you like a fish.
I'm going to have to scare off this lot if I want to investigate in peace. Someone fought here. This is where Jack ripped the life from Miss Chapman's breast. The second victim of his hideous crimes. He cut off her ring finger. So where is the ring?
Where's the ring, precious? Gollum, Gollum, Gollum. They stole it from us.
Where does it lead?
Hey Metallica, I hope work goes well. Thank you so very much for leading the lurk. Appreciate that. I hope you have a good one. Filthy hobbitses.
What's it got in its pockets, precious?
Damn it! Yet another one. Her assassin ring must be here somewhere. Jack wanted to be sure I'd find these rings.
What kind of creed cannot protect its own?
This message was intended first for my brother. Catherine Eddowes was murdered in a small square close to the train tracks.
Chapel from this assassin. What has the government done? Let us demand the closure of all wicked houses of sin. We shall petition our most gracious But what if our petition falls on deaf ears? Who will avenge the blood of these unfortunate victims? I say we must take the law into our own hands. Who is
You monster. You murdered every assassin my brother turned against you and your insane creed.
received half of poor Miss Eddowes' kidney, and the Ripper still runs free? Who will catch him? What are the police
Where does it
doing
lead?
to protect the poor residents of Whitechapel from this assassin? What has the government done?
Hey there, Zayas. This is a nemesis. Definitely not no. Had to make a change of plans for this stream. You finished the whole Carlos sequence yourself last night, though. Oh, very nice. That's cool. Yeah, I have to organize my playthrough because I missed something that I needed to do for it. A different game. Never played this one. Yeah, this is the DLC, Jack the Ripper. It's a good one, actually. You don't have to have played the main game before playing it, but it takes place 20 years after the main game. But I won't be doing 100%. I did that for my annual playthrough this year. Did 100%, did all the DLC, and did all the DLC to 100%. Coffee, this DLC is as good as the Office Australia version? I don't know, I saw a trailer for that.
Let us demand the closure of all wicked houses of sin and impurity in our city. We shall petition our
I should
most
follow these
gracious
traces.
Majesty, Queen Victoria. But what if our petition falls on deaf ears? Who will avenge the blood of these unfortunate victims?
The shaitan is everywhere.
Take the law into our own hands.
More blood splatter.
Who is with me? Months ago, the president of our vigilance committee received half of poor Miss Edo's kidney, and the Ripper still runs free. Who?
There we go. That'll stop their dialogue.
Blood splatters.
Caleb, you like the UK version of The Office, the original? Never actually seen any of the versions. I've just seen memes and stuff. But some of the stuff seems pretty funny. The Australian version, I don't know. They could have just called it something else, and it would have just felt like something else. Like it already does. Coffee, the original is fine, but you can't come close to the Aussie one. Peak comedy. Yeah, I definitely don't watch much TV, so I won't be watching it. Or Amazon or whatever. Dumbledore, have you beat the game already? So this DLC, I'm only doing it for the horror month on its own. The main game I've played at least once a year since 2016.
This is where Miss Eddowes breathed her last. Humiliated and degraded by Jack. He wanted to punish my brother.
Kiss my ass!
Signs of a struggle.
Kiss my ass. But the next time I'll be doing a playthrough of Syndicate will be next year for my annual playthrough, but also because it celebrates its 10th anniversary. So I'll be doing multiple runs, doing different things.
That is a lot of blood.
Now, bro, love the layout of the asylum. Yeah, I mean, it can be maze-like and can be annoying at times, but I do like the design of it, and it's interesting to go back to that location because you do in the main game, but to come back to that location in this DLC was cool. Coffee, we'll be playing Shadows this year. Even if it was coming out this year still, I wouldn't be playing it until I saw playthroughs of it. Certainly not pre-ordering or buying first day.
I must find the location where Jack murdered his other victim.
God have mercy on my soul!
Stan, you just watched the trailer. You don't think it will last many episodes. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't make it past the first season, to be honest.
Anything you ask, just let me go!
Her assassin ring must be here somewhere.
Coffee, the first season of The Office US was not a masterpiece either. Yeah, that can happen. Shows sometimes take a while to find their stride.
Her assassin ring must be here somewhere. 2 assassin's rings. Jack murdered 2 women here. 2 of Jacob's initiates.
How many more must die before you see the truth? P.S. Your brother didn't listen, so I gave him a double lesson. Your creed failed them, as it failed my mother.
Jack lived around here with his mother as a boy. That's where he's leading me. For Jack, only his mother's death counts as murder. What is this place? The Ripper didn't murder anyone here. What?
I was born here, survived the madhouse and learned from the best, until he betrayed me. Come test your creed against mine.
A monster's creed.
The murder of Jack's mother marks the day that the Ripper was born. And he blames my brother, blames the creed for failing them. What's happening to me?
I should thank you, Evie. Jacob inspired me by his treachery. But it's your problem that inspired today's masterpiece.
He's inside my head.
Where was Jacob when Starrick's murder burned my mother? Where was he when they dragged me to the madhouse?
Face me, you monster! Am I losing my mind?
What kind of creed cannot protect its own? A dead creed, that's what.
The creed is the only immortal thing in the world.
Please.
The madhouse. Lambeth Asylum. Jack lures me through the looking glass.
Brutus, for UK Office, the first season was the only season you liked. After season 1, it got weird and dramatic. American Office season 1 was only okay, but turned into something great later. Yeah, when something is done in one country and it's for a certain, kind of like, comedy style, or there's a lot of jokes that are based on knowing the humor or knowing places in England or like all that, then taking that and then putting it in not just a different part of the same country but an entirely different country, and then trying to find, what are you doing to me, game? Let's see if it writes itself. But knowing my luck, it won't. I'll have to start a new stream. Good one, PlayStation. Thank you. Can't win. Should give up streaming. Be right back.